why did you feel that that it is important to share that? Because that's something that a lot of people would keep to themselves. So why do you? Yeah.
Well, yeah. So a couple of things. I tend to say that I'm an open book as much as I need to be. I think it's important to share stories and our personal stories because it might help someone else. Bodies are suffering, our families are suffering. It seems that we are in work mode way more than we are in relaxation mode. And that, to me, is a problem. This mindset is killing us. Wanted a place where I was able to sit, meet other parents, create community for myself and for my daughter, and really be able to connect with her on a level of how she plays, but also to be able to connect on a level with other parents.
That's cool. What's up, Yolonda? Welcome.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Nice,
How are you?
nice.
That was a
So you're a playologist?
I am a playologist. Yes, I am.
What is that?
So, to me, a playologist is someone that encourages people to put play at the forefront of everything they do in their everyday life. So, if you work, I want to help you create balance or kind of make the gap a bit smaller between your work life and your play life.
Wow.
So, playologist.
So is that just for kids, or because kids don't work, so I'm guessing you mean adults, right?
I the gap between work and play for adults first.
Okay. Wow.
For kids.
Wow.
I have a background in working with children, but something that's really important to me is that adults learn how to balance this crazy life that we're living, right? And to me, the way we do that is by having fun and playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give an example for play for adults. Like, what is that like?
Yeah, totally. I'll tell you what I do. So one of my favorite things to do is, I don't know, I'm here in Central Florida. Can you guess? I like going to Disney. I love Disney. So anytime I get to go to Disney is playtime for me. I'm also a beacher. I love going to the beach. And then I love studying about metaphysics. So collecting crystals, doing stuff like that. That's how I play. Back in the day, I used to play at the nightclub.
Oh wow. Okay, so would you consider what Matthew does play? Because I disagree with him. I think my segue was pretty good. And
You so stuck on that.
I think I was right. I think I'm right.
To me, what Matthew does is totally fun. I think he has a great thing that he's doing, and I would look at it as fun.
Go ahead. Say.
I don't know, Matthew. That's
well, wait. Hold on. Don't ask him because you're a playologist. He's not.
Well, yeah.
So, okay. So thank you, Matthew. That was a great segue.
Yeah, but everybody missed the conversation from yesterday, so.
Right. Yes.
So that's what I'm stuck on.
That's what he's like.
Okay.
Right.
They don't know.
Technicalities. Oh wow. So Amaya, Yolanda. That's great. You know what's coming up. You know what's coming up.
Right.
We met you through a company that you started.
Yes.
Called Amaya Papaya.
Yes.
Right? Can you tell us about that?
Totally. So Amaya Papaya was an indoor play lounge party and enrichment center that I owned for a little over 10 years. It was started out of the need for a place to play and for me to be able to chill with my daughter, who is Amaya. So I called her and called her Amaya Papaya, looking for a name for a place when it was time for me to open this space. And I thought, why not call it Amaya Papaya? And it worked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that caught on. It really did.
It really did. Totally.
I know that when I met you, it was funny. You were doing a lot of blogging, online marketing.
Yeah.
And then one day we ran into each other and we're just talking and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be opening a place called Amaya Papaya. And I was like, oh my gosh, I know who you are. I know your blog.
Yeah, that was back in the day when I was like blogging on Facebook and places where people normally go to buy things. I was like, I'm going to drop my blog up in here. They can be looking for, stuff that they're thrifting for and come across the mayaPapaya. So it worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
And then you also teach yoga to the youth?
I do. So, yes. I recently got certified as a kids yoga instructor. I am currently getting my 200-hour yoga teacher training to be able to do yoga with adults. I, for years though, have been doing circle times and leading activities with children. So very familiar with working with kids and doing things to kind of help them relax and work their bodies. But now I'll be certified to teach their parents, and I'm certified to teach them now.
That's dope. That's
dope.
Yeah.
I think so.
Together.
Cool.
So speaking of Amaya
yes.
Papaya, we've worked with her.
Right?
We can call her that too, right?
Not anymore. Not anymore, because she's a big girl now. She's not no papaya. She's a grown woman.
Oh my gosh. No! Give me a couple more years.
She's at high school now, right?
She just started high school. Yeah.
No more papaya. She's a grown.
Funny. We've been talking about that because she's trying to kind of really get into giving herself like a bigger web presence. And so she's looking at vlogging and blogging and doing some other stuff. She's learning to take charge of her career, and she's like, I think I'm going to keep being a mayaPapaya. So
wow.
She likes it.
Okay, well, there you go.
It's a super unique name, too. So, like, for her to just, like, keep going on with that, it's like, it's so fitting.
Well, especially from the search engine, the SEO, search engine optimization standpoint, that name has been around for what you said, 10 years.
Yeah,
so,
a little 12 now.
11, 12 years. Wow.
I started the business way before I even opened the building.
Wow.
So,
So let's go ahead, Jessica. What you were saying about.
We have a flashback Friday.
Let's see her.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, baby.
So cute. So there she is at 2 different shows at Orlando International Fashion Week.
Right.
So one of those shows, they're both on International Drive, the Orlando Eye, and then the Castle Hotel, where we've done a lot of shows.
Yes.
And I believe, Matthew, your team might have done her makeup or your inspiration. Is that?
Yeah, more than likely, because it looks very similar. Like, I mean, the crazy white looks very similar to what I would do. But she's a cute girl. I love working with her.
Nice.
I know. And just to think, if she were to come back and model with you guys, she'd almost kind of be like an adult model now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine seeing her do that now. Oh my God.
Yeah, she is an adult. Well, one of our friends always say, ship them to Paris. At 14, you ship them up.
Oh my God. Well, I will tell you guys, she has every aspiration of leaving Florida and moving to New York City, and now we're going to talk about moving abroad when she's older. So, yeah.
Wow.
I got a couple more years, and then she's gone, y'all.
Get that passport.
Yeah, she wants it for sure. She's talking about it already.
Yep.
That's amazing. So, I want to shout out a couple of people that chimed in. Reginald Ellison, he said, "Hi team, nice to meet you all." What's up, Reginald? Thank you for sharing some love. And
actually, he's a saxophone player.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we should have him one day. Yeah, he's very talented.
Okay.
So that's cool that he's checking out today. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Hi,
Nice.
Hey, Reginald.
What's up, Reginald? Thanks for the love. So, Yolanda, we would like to hear, a little bit more of your story, because somebody like you're very successful. We see you on TED Talks. You know what I'm saying? You're a business owner. You know what I mean? Your blogs. Our next guest saw you and like, hey, I know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So you have that like that face recognition.
Yeah.
But I think it's important for people to know that everybody's life is not always the perfect picture. And you had a story that you shared with us yesterday. Do you mind sharing that part of it?
For sure. I think yesterday, gosh, I always think of myself as like there's so many different stories, there's so many different chapters, right?
Mm-hmm.
One day I'm going to write a book with all of those chapters. Yes. So look out for it one day. But yesterday we were talking about mental health. Right now, mental health. I just think the awareness of mental health is so important right now, especially with everything that we've been experiencing in 2020. People right before 2020 came in, we were saying 2020 is the year of vision.
Right.
Yeah, it's been a vision, right?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So I was sharing that, so I sold Amaya Papaya back in October, and I sold Amaya Papaya. One of the reasons, there's a list of reasons, but a couple of the reasons was because I was really overwhelmed owning the business after a little bit over 10 and a half years of ownership. I also was having some health issues that I needed to have addressed. And the only way that I could really, really do the self-care, as we say now, that I needed to do was either get out of the business and just close down or sell it. I was fortunate where I was able to sell it. Right after I sold my business, I was scheduled to have surgery in December. So I took a break for a month, and then I had surgery. I had a hysterectomy to address. I was diagnosed with adenomyosis, and I also had endometriosis. They say once you have it, you're always kind of, that's what you have. And a lot of people don't know about adenomyosis, but my uterus was like, your uterus is typically the size of your fist, and mine was like 3 or 4 times the size of a fist. So it made my abdomen look like I kind of was pregnant with a baby. People would ask, "Are you pregnant?" I'd be like, "Yeah, no."
You have a petite frame.
I do.
Yeah, very small.
It really showed up, and to give people benefit of the doubt, it did look as if there was someone in there, but it was my uterus in there that was just really big. Yeah, so I had surgery in December. Unfortunately, the surgery didn't go as planned, and then I had to have another surgery to correct some of the things that happened during that first surgery. So I went from surgery, recovery, back to another surgery, more recovery, and then kind of like as I was in the hospital, COVID kind of hit.
Wow.
Into quarantine when I was in recovery. So my plan when I sold Amaya Papaya was to, get back in the workforce and work for someone. But I haven't really been able to do that because I've been in recovery, and then I've been in quarantine. And then, the stuff with George Floyd happened and Black Lives Matter. And then kind of as a parent trying to figure out if my kid was going to go back to school happened. And I'm still, having some anxiety from some of the stuff with my surgery. So my husband and I decided that I probably needed to seek out a therapist. For me, it was really important to seek out an African-American female therapist. So with my husband's help, we found someone, and I've now been in therapy, probably 2 months or so. I think I'm on my 9th or 10th session right now. And it's been good to have someone to talk to. It's been good to be able to address not only the anxiety that I've been experiencing from my health stuff, but all the other stuff that we're dealing with right now. So, people don't know this about me. A lot of people know about Amaya Papaya and all that other good stuff, but I used to be a counselor. I used to counsel teenage girls and their families at a little school called Pay Center for Girls. That's all over here in Orlando. And so, I know the importance of taking care of my mental health. However, I wasn't taking care of it. I wasn't addressing it, and I needed to address it. So right now I'm currently in the midst of addressing my mental health and making sure that I am okay, because I'm a person that, like a lot of us women, right? We like to take care of everyone else, and we're able to give out really good advice, but sometimes taking our own advice is like, yeah, you do it, but yeah. So I am currently addressing my mental health and making myself healthier, doing the self-care that I need to do to make sure that I'm okay, and I'm okay with my kid and my family.
That's good.
So,
That's awesome.
so why did you feel that that it is important to share that? Because that's something that a lot of people would keep to themselves. So why do you?
Well, yeah. So a couple of things. I tend to say that I'm an open book as much as I need to be. I think it's important to share stories, and our personal stories, because it might help someone else that they see you in a different light. I've recently been talking to different people who I care about in my life, just to kind of gain perspective on what they think of me. And it's interesting to hear people's opinion of you and their thoughts about who you are. Some people, they think I'm like this perfect lady that has all this success and all these great things going on. But man, yeah, I'm dealing with some of the same thing that everyone else is dealing with. And
right.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard being everything. It's hard being everything for everyone and yourself.
Right.
Wow. Well, I think, Jessica always is an advocate for therapy. So Jessica, do you want to chime in? I'll give you an opportunity to chime in on that.
Kudos. Thank you for sharing that. I love to we have a segment called Mental Wealth. So, and we call it wealth because it makes you better. It's not so much about, it's your health, but it's a good thing. And we want to take away that stigma of getting counseling. So you basically just did that segment today. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you, Yolanda. So you did her homework. Jessica, she's infamous for cheating on this show. She's infamous for taking shortcuts on this show.
Yes.
I
work
So you did her job today. Well, cool.
But definitely, it's inspirational. Her story is inspirational.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes, very. And thank you so much for sharing that.
I will add, just for people that might be watching and listening, is that, sometimes we have these stories that are buried within us that we might feel like it might be insignificant to others. However, or it's insignificant to us, but to other people, it's so significant, because that one person might hear that you're going through things and may be trying to figure out how they can get to where you are, but they may not understand that you're just like them or just like they were, and that they too can attain whatever success they feel like you have, or to be almost like you are, So it's just really important that you honor the stories within yourself.
Wow. Yeah. That's cool. So I had one more question before we get into the question of the day. So you also help people develop a company similar to Amaya Papaya, is that correct?
I do, yeah. So one of the things that kind of happened to me at Amaya Papaya was that people would always call me and say, hey, I want to pick your brain. And I would spend lots of time kind of sharing with people how I was getting to where I was, right? However, as many people who have different professions, they know sometimes time is money, right? Yeah. So I started using the term that brain picking ain't free, y'all. Although I mentor lots of people, I do. However, I started a company called PlaySpace Solutions, where I started doing consulting for people that wanted to start indoor playgrounds, or they wanted to add play spaces to their, like a doctor's office or an apartment building or wherever you want it to be. So I can help you design those. I can help you do your business plan. I can also help indoor playground owners that are already currently in their play space make their play space better. I told you guys yesterday, you guys have caught me in the middle of a rebrand because I've now shifted the name of my company to Yolonda Dion. So that PlaySpaceSolutions.com is currently my website, but people will see me listed as Yolonda Dion soon because, like we talked about earlier, I've added some more services based on my talents, y'all. So solutions, I'm doing yoga and a couple of other things. And shout out because my logo starts with YOLO. That my name is. So it's yoga, organize, opportunity, and oh my gosh, y'all, I can't remember.
That's all right, because they're gonna go
funny. I knew that when I was about to say it, just to kind of say that it's a new thing, it's a rebrand. So I'm not perfect, y'all, but you look me up and you guys can see like all the cool things that I'm trying to do for my global community.
Okay, cool. And so my mom chimed in. She said, "Thanks for sharing your story. I agree that mental health should be a priority for us all." So shout out to Mom.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hi, Mom.
So, thanks for watching. You can catch us live every Friday at 6 o'clock. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay fierce.